Hello friends, my name is Sudhir Agrawal and today we'll speak about programming and programmer as a career. Programming in very crude words, very simply, it is a process of translating the human language into a machine understandable language. The process it does is called programming and the person who does this is called programmer. Let's look at the background and the history of programming. Once upon a time, I can say, when people like me started my career in 1985, programming, there were very few options of doing programming. Programming was a bit tedious, or it was not so easy, or it was not so interesting. So it was more like scientific. Programming was perceived to be for few and chosen or selected people. People didn't know much about programming as a subject that as we know, as we understand today. So sometimes it was also a kind of hype. But if you look at in today's context, programming has become a very good career and career of masses and with too many options available for programming. So when we say programming, primarily we need some development tool sets or environment we call it. So in today's world, we have too many options in terms of tools and technology for programming to develop software. It has significantly and relatively become much easier. Why? Because there is a concept of drag and drop. What does it mean? That means in good old days, lot of functionality what we used to write for everything. Today it is available on the internet and one can simply drag and drop and can use this. And this is normally done for very standard functions. So let's say if I give you a very simple example from my good old days, like date validation is a standard process. If you say feedback, now today if you have to take feedback, it has become a standard process. If you want to run a quiz, it has become a standard process. So lot of functionalities which goes into a program, today they are available as standard functionality. And in true sense, anybody today can do programming. Like if you are using Android or iPhone, there are tools available, there are facilities available that even a very young person or any layman can do programming. So programming has become significantly very easy compared to good old days and it has many good options. Then in programming, there is a very critical component of validation and verification of whatever the data is entered, whatever the data is processed, or whatever the data is being displayed. So today many tools are available with certain level of validation and verification while and as you develop the software using standard tools. So what does it take in today's world to be a programmer? If you look at some of the characteristics are more like aptitude and attitude. So if in good old days your aptitude was very important, in today's world if along with aptitude you have good attitude, you can do programming. If you are a person who have idea, who have imagination, who can look at things intuitively, and you have exploratory mind, you can do programming. Because what you have running here, if with your anxiety, with your exploration, go to the Google search engine and look for tools, and you can do programming. So another thing what is very important that is required here is commitment to oneself. That even if for playing sake I'm doing, I must have a commitment to myself that I want to do it. And if I'm serious, then just track industry developments, what are happening in the world of programming or in the world of digital transformations. Like today, a startup who has an idea, today they only have to focus on their business case. The tools to convert their thought process into a programming world is through easily available tools. You can conceptualize new ideas, new innovation, more focusing on the business case rather than so much on programming. So what are the programming options? Career options do you have? To start with, you may be doing programming, but if you look at in the programming, you can evolve and develop a culture, your career, either towards technical side or towards functional side. Functional side means like you can become a functional person in the area of, let's say, retail, manufacturing, online developments, or banking and financial institution, or newer technology area like artificial intelligence. So they are the areas where you can work upon. You can focus on application domain more after some time, and then develop as a subject matter expert in the area of functional area. What is very important, mostly programming is perceived and assumed to be a back-end job. So what is very important, if you're serious, please look for every opportunity of customer interaction, customer facing engagements, because that helps you develop you as a person very differently than a hardcore typical programmer. And somewhere try to be a subject matter expert, either functionally or a tester or a developer. Under development, either a application developer or system developer, whatever it is, but focus on being a subject matter expert. Now, which could be in the area of, as I said, in the technical area or functional area. I can share with you 1985 when I started my career as a hardcore programmer trainee, and over years, I became a business leader. Now, this all happened because I was committed to myself and I was continuously focusing on doing something more, called Dil Mange More. So I think these are some of the things which are very fundamental to programming. And to summarize, I can tell you with my own experience, programming is fun, enjoy it. It's not a rocket science. Your interest and commitment determine your journey. And good luck to all of you. Thank you.